Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. Well, here we are again with another Q&A, and guess what? This one is number 22. That's right, 22. So we are going to do number 22 right now. Sparkle Forever 0107 says, can you make duct tape gloves? Now I know, you're probably thinking, well, isn't that her asking you to make duct tape gloves, Sophie? No, what she's asking is, can you make duct tape gloves? I asked her and she said, I want to know, can you make duct tape gloves? So here's the dealio. Yes, you can make duct tape gloves. You can really pretty much make anything out of duct tape. The only problem with duct tape gloves is they're going to be very, very stiff and they're going to be hard to put on. So I would suggest if you're making duct tape gloves that you make like fingerless duct tape gloves and that you would do a slit like all the way in the palm here, almost like biker gloves. You have to think of duct tape almost like leather or plastic or, you know, like that kind of a material, like what you would make a raincoat out of. It doesn't give very much. So if you're going to make gloves, which are normally something that you slide on into, you're going to want to make them a little bigger for your hands, and you're also going to want to make them so that you can get into them by having a nice big significant cut at the palm or at the back. Okay. Have you ever been to Disney World? This is from Alyssa J. She says, have you ever been to Disney World? And if so, what is your favorite ride? Well, I grew up on the East Coast and I live on the West Coast now. So I have not only been to Disneyland, but I've been to Disney World. I've been to both. And actually, I love roller coasters and things that move really fast. So one of my favorite rides is Space Mountain because I like the in the dark. I think that's really kind of fun. I haven't been there in a long time and I'm dying to get back there because I know now they have Harry Potter World at, I guess it's, it's another theme park. It's not Disney that has it, but the other theme park down there, I guess Paramount or one of those, they've got Harry Potter World and I definitely want to go there. Kylie or Kyle _ 72002 _ COD. So I think it's KYLE and then KAHD. Hope I haven't said it wrong. Would you rather never take your shoes off or never wear shoes? Now, I have this thing where I have to wear my shoes because of my arches, so I guess I have to say never take my shoes off. However, if I had it my way, I would go barefoot all the time. I love going barefoot. I love not wearing shoes. I love actually being very, very comfortable. So if I really had my way, I'd be never without shoes. Never with shoes, never with shoes. But in my real life, I have to kind of be never without shoes just because of the way my feet are. How tall am I? I am 5'9" on a good day. Sometimes I'm 5'8.5" if I'm schlumping. But I'm usually 5'9". Yeah, get those shoulders back and I'm 5'9". Cute 5687 says, what is your favorite candy? This is an easy one. I love Snickers bars. I know. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Okay, so Snickers bars, anything with like caramel and peanuts and chocolate is unbelievable. Now, I shouldn't really eat the chocolate because I'm kind of allergic to chocolate, but I love Snickers bars. The next thing would be a Payday bar because that doesn't have the chocolate, which means I won't have an allergic reaction. Cassidy H says, what do you do with the extra duct tape? Like when you finish a project and you have a couple of inches left. So this is a great question because I actually try to use every little bit of tape that I have. So I use the pieces that come off the end that have the cardboard on them. The little tiny strips that are left before you get to that, I kind of put those away on wax paper and try to save them for other events and other projects. And I always use the insides of the rolls. I always save those as well. So I try to use every single little bit of the tape. So if I do have a little extra piece, I either fold it over and make it into like what can become a little pocket or something like that and keep those for later. Or you can cut them into shapes and things too. Or I put them on, not wax paper, parchment paper. I put them on parchment paper and save them for later. Florida Girls 13 Youngs asks, if you could, would you have a crafting school? Well, here's the deal. I don't have a crafting school, but I spend a lot of my time in the local libraries in the Bay Area doing craft workshops. And that's my way of having a school without having to have an actual building that people come to, having my own space. So I do actually, in the year, probably about, I guess I would say about 60 to 70 library workshops throughout the year. And I mean, I try to do one every 2 weeks at some library somewhere in the Bay Area. So I'm teaching an awful lot. Whatever Forever asks, do you teach a crafting school? So here's the other thing. I actually have a lot of other things that I do that are crafting based. Like I have a whole summer camp that I do that's crafting based. It's activity and crafting based. But I have 2 summer camps that I run. They're private camps, and I run them for a week in August. So although I don't have what I would call a crafting school, I've got crafting outlets. So, I mean, there you have it. Ella F says, what's your favorite ice cream? Well, you can't find it very often, Ella, but I love peanut butter ice cream. Peanut butter ice cream is one of my favorite ice creams. I love peanut butter, and I love it as an ice cream. But you can't find it very often. Every once in a while, you'll go to like one of those frozen yogurt places, and they'll have peanut butter yogurt, and I'm like all over that. I'm telling you, all over it. But normally you can't really find it. Sometimes you can find like chocolate peanut butter ice cream. But again, since I'm allergic to chocolate, I kind of try to stay away from that. But if they have peanut butter ice cream, and I saw it once, like 10 years ago, I snatch it up. I don't eat a lot of ice cream, believe it or not. I mean, by looking at me, but I don't eat a lot of ice cream. But if I do, peanut butter is like my favorite flavor. And as far as popsicle goes, I love those Good Humor popsicles that have we call them dirt. It's like the strawberry dirt all over them. I do like those too. Whatever Forever asks, what's your favorite crafting supply, and can you think of an alternative to it if you couldn't use it? So I love toilet paper tubes. I think they are the most brilliant crafting supply ever. And actually, if you wanted to make something instead of them, you know, you could always use the inserts of a wrapping paper tube, or you could use the insert from a paper towel tube, or you can make your own tubes. That's the thing about TP tubes, toilet paper tubes. They're awesomely easy to make. You just take cardstock, fold it around, glue it, and you've got basically a toilet paper tube. But I love toilet paper tubes. They're like one of my favorite. That and cardboard. Love both. Ella F also asks, what are you allergic to? And so does Whatever Forever ask, what are you allergic to? Here's the deal. I am allergic to bees, and I'm allergic to chocolate. The thing about it is, as I get older, my allergy to chocolate seems to get less and less and less. When I was young, it was really super bad. Like I could not eat chocolate up until the point that I was like 21 years old. But as I've gotten a little older and progressed through my life, I've found that I can eat a little bit of chocolate. It usually has to be a really high quality or good chocolate. Otherwise, I get all itchy and break out in hives, and that's not very pleasant. Whatever Forever asks, who are you voting for? Okay, so this is kind of a very personal question, and I think that it's one of those things that, you know, we all need to make our decisions for ourselves. But I will let you know that if I had my way, I think what I'd like to see is I'd like to see Jill Stein. I know she won't get elected president. She's the Green Party candidate. I'd at least like to see her get the 5% that she needs so that, you know, in the next election, the Green Party can get matching funds, because I think that that's super, super important. However, I also am a person who doesn't want to see Donald Trump be elected, and so I have to do whatever I can in my power to make sure that that doesn't happen. So that sways my vote. But I would love to see Jill Stein get her 5%. I think that that's super, super important. And that brings the end of question and answer period number 22. So if you have any more questions that you want to ask me, make sure that you write them in the comments below. And if you enjoy us give us a thumbs up. And remember, check me out for more answers to more questions and more ideas for crafting at sophie-world.com.